In this video, we will be looking at compound interest. So compounding interest occurs when the interest earned on an investment, it is added back to the principal, and it continues to earn more interest and compounds. The formula that we use to determine compounding interest is A equals P times the quantity 1 plus R over N, all of that to the N times T power, where P is the principal or the amount that's invested, R is the rate of return annually, it's always written as a decimal, T is the number of years, and then N is the number of times the interest is compounded per year. So if it's compounded annually, it's just compounded once per year. Semi-annually would be twice per year. Quarterly, 4 times a year. Monthly, 12 times a year, and so forth. Now, if interest is compounded continuously, that means that N is equal to infinity. And as N approaches infinity, the quantity 1 plus 1 over N, it approaches the value, the constant E. E is approximately 2.718. So we use the formula A equals P times E to the RT power. Make sure that as you're doing your calculations, you do not round until your final answer. And I'll explain the order of the numbers that you should be punching into your calculator. All right, so you have a $3,500 investment that's going to earn 2.5% interest annually. You need to find the balance after 1 year. We're going to do those calculations with the interest compounding semi-annually, daily, semi-annually will be twice a year, so the formula would look like such. P is 3,500. R, the interest rate, written as a decimal, would be 0.025. N is 2, and 1 year we would use 1/4T. So what you should do in your calculator is first divide 0.025 by 2, and then add 1 to that answer. And then once you hit equal, then you're going to raise that, hit the caret button on the calculator to raise it to the second power. 2 times 1 is 2. Once you hit enter or the equal sign on your calculator, you're going to multiply that answer by 3,500. So you always go in that order. Divide the rate by the rate by N, and then add 1 to that. Raise that answer to the N times T power, whatever N times T is. And then lastly, you're going to multiply that result by P, the principal. So that'll give you approximately $3,588.05. If we compound the interest daily, this is what our formula would look like. P is still 3,500. R is the same. The only thing that's different is N. Now N is 365, as there's 365 days in a year. So again, we're going to first divide 0.025 by N, 365. Then we're going to add 1. And then we're going to take that answer and raise it to the 365th power. And then once we get that result, we're going to multiply that result by 3,500. Again, you shouldn't need to round any of these results from the intermediate steps. That's going to give you approximately $3,588.60. Now, if we compound the interest weekly, there are 52 weeks in a year. So that would be, the interest would be compounded 52 times. And again, we're going to divide 0.025 by 52, add 1, and then raise that to the 52nd power by pressing the caret button. and then multiply that result by 3,500, and we get approximately 3,588.58. And then for continuous, for compounding continuously, we get the following equation. P is still 3,500, and then we just raise e to the r times t power. Alright, so r is 0.025 over 1 year. 0.025 times 1 is just 0.025. E to the 0.025 power. And then you should be able to find E on the calculator. It should be above the LN button, the natural log button on your calculator. So E to the 0.025 power, and then once you hit equal, multiply that result by 3,500 to get approximately 3,588.60. In this example, we're investing $2,200 in an account that's earning 3% interest annually. And we want to find out what the balance would be after 15 years whenever the interest is compounded quarterly and continuously. So quarterly would be 4 times a year. So we should get the following equation where P is 2,200, R is 0.03, N is 4, and T is 15 for 15 years. Again, start by dividing 0.03 by 4, and then add 1 to that result. Once you get that result, raise that result to the 4 times 15 power. If you have a TI-84 above, you should be able to just hit the caret button, and then in the exponent you can just type 4 times 15, or you can just do the math in your head. 4 times 15 is 60. So once you raise that to the 4 times 15 power, then you're going to multiply that result by 2,200 to get the balance, which would be 3,444.50. Alright, and then continuously, we're going to use the following formula. A equals P times E to the RT power, where R is the interest rate, 0.03, T is the number of years, 15 years. So we're going to hit second and then LN, the natural log button on our calculator. We're going to raise E to the 0.03 times 15 power. Once we get that result, we're going to multiply that result by 2,200. And we should get $3,450.29.